Hey guys, welcome to Algebra 1/2. We're on lesson 76 today. So we're talking about graphing inequalities. One number is greater than another number if when you were to put it on a number line, it's farther to the right, okay? If it's towards the left, it's smaller. And we can see that with just the concept of positive and negative numbers. Positive numbers are to the right, negative numbers are to the left. And I know that if I want to compare, for example, -5 and -2. -2 is right here on my graph. -5 is over here. It's to the left. So that means -5 is smaller. Even though normally we think of 5 as being bigger, when it's negative, it's smaller because you're going to the left. So the greater the absolute value of a negative number, the smaller it actually is. All right? Now, when we're looking at whether or not numbers are bigger or smaller than another number, we want to compare them, we have symbols that we use. It's all based on this little caret that we have here and where it's pointing. Remember that the closed end is pointing towards the smaller number and the open end is pointing towards the bigger number. We always read it from left to right, okay? You could read it the other way, but there's really no need. We read it from left to right. So for example, 2 is less than 4. We say less than because we get to the smaller end first. Here I have 4 is greater than 2 because I get to the open end, the bigger end first. Now, if I want to show that something could potentially be the same size, or maybe it's bigger or smaller, I add a line underneath the symbol. That adds the or equals to, because you know the equal sign is just two lines. So the line underneath adds the or equals to idea. So here I have -4 is greater than or equal to -12. Now we already know -4 and -12 aren't the same, so it's not equal, but it is greater because it's farther to the right. -12 is way over here. Here I have 4 is greater than or equal to 2 plus 2. Well, if I solve 2 plus 2, I know that's 4, so I know that 4 is actually equal to 4. Now, I can also have, these are all true inequalities. We call them inequalities when we use this symbol because it could be greater than or equal to. It's not necessarily equal to. These are all true inequalities because we know they're right, they're true. This inequality right here is actually a false inequality. Let's look at it. 4 is greater than 10. Is 4 greater than 10? No, it's not. So that's a false inequality. X is greater than 2. That's not a false inequality. This is what's called a conditional inequality. Conditional because whether or not it's true is based on whatever X is. If X is 4, then it's true because 4 is greater than 2. If X is 1, then it's false because 1 is not greater than 2. 1 is smaller than 2, so it would be false. So how would I graph these? Because that's what the lesson is all about, right? Well, to graph it, you draw a number line. Make sure that you have enough space to really show what your number is showing. You need enough negative numbers and enough positive numbers to be able to show whether something is really greater than or equal to. Okay, here I have X is greater than 2. So I want to show all of the numbers that are greater than 2. But can X actually be 2? Can it be equal to 2? No, it can't because there's not that line underneath. So I'm not including 2, but I want all of the numbers that are bigger than 2. So that includes even 2.1, okay? So anything after 2. So to show that on my graph, I put an open circle over my 2. Open to show that 2 is not included. And then I draw a line showing all the numbers that are greater than 2. All right, let's try the next one. x is less than or equal to 2. Okay, this time it could be equal. So I'm going to put a closed circle over my 2 because it could be part of 2. Now, which way do I need to go? To the left or to the right? Well, it says that it's all the numbers that are less than 2. So that means I need to go to the left and include all of those numbers. I put an arrow on the end to show that it continues on into infinity, all of the numbers that are left, that are less than 2. All right, now it's time for you to practice. That was it, right? Nice and easy. So you need to draw 4 little number lines and then graph x is greater than -2, x is greater than or equal to -2, x is less than or equal to 4, and x is less than -4. Okay, you should be back now from graphing. I'm going to show you on this number line, on these number lines, and obviously some of it's going to overlap because I already have the orange line on there, so I'm going to use a different color just to give you an idea of what your number line should have looked like. So for letter A, greater than -2. So you need an open circle over -2 and an arrow in this direction showing all the numbers that are greater than -2. So that was letter A. Letter B was greater than or equal to -2. So I'm going to show you on this one. You needed a closed circle over -2 and an arrow towards the right, showing all the numbers that are greater than or equal to -2. That's letter B. Now, letter C was less than or equal to 4. So here's 4, closed circle because it could be equal to, arrow to the left. That's letter C. All right, and letter D, less than -4. So open circle over -4 because it's less than -4, it doesn't include 4. And an arrow to the left because it's less than. That's letter D. Okay, if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll see you in our next lesson. Bye.